All right, so next on our menu today are loops. So if statements, sorry, I talk with my hands a lot. If statements are a way to control flow, loops are a way for us to not only control flow, but also do something in a repetitive way, to do something over and over again that makes it a whole lot easier than us having to manually code something. So let's take a look at what I mean by a loop. The first loop we're going to take a look at is what's called a for each loop. So I'm going to create a new file. Where'd my little thing go that says? There it is. For each.php. Now, what is a for each loop? A for each loop is a way that we can iterate through an existing variable that is an array, actually either an array or a associative array, right? So basically it's an array. If you remember from our last class when it came to arrays, let's create a really basic array here. We're going to get one from the standard example, of course, which is fruits. I am going to iterate through those. Before, if I wanted to print all of those, I would have to type echo fruits 0, echo, and again, we definitely want to do, for this example, echo fruits 1. Dot. Semicolon. And finally, echo fruits 2. Dot, quote, slash, and it's boring just watching it happen. All right, now if we were to go to our terminal, clear it up. And we were to type php for each.php, we get apple, banana, cherry. Great. And, that's not so bad for having 3 fruits, but what if we kind of want to go crazy with our fruits? And we have 10 fruits. Am I going to sit here and like copy and paste? Or more crazy, what if I had 25 fruits? Am I going to type all 25? No, I'm going to use a for each loop to get through this. And how do I do it? I will go ahead and type for each. Let's get rid of this first. For each. So that means for each of these things, I'm going to say parentheses because we have to start with that. I put the name of the array in, fruits, and then I say as fruit. So that means for each item of fruits, we're going to use, and we're just going to call it fruit. Curly bracket, because that means we're going to have a little collection of code. Echo fruit dot slash n. Save it. So for each time we have, for each item in the array fruits, we're going to call it fruit and we're going to echo it as, we're going to echo it and then put the line break. Now, if this works, I just saved myself a whole lot of typing. And there we go, right? We have them all as individuals. For each loops are incredibly useful for when you're dealing with a lot of values. So I have all of these values. There's just no way that I wanted to have to type what I had typed before. So it's incredibly useful for that kind of array. And I kind of got at that last week with one of the assignments. So with the advanced assignment, to show you how hard it is to kind of like, or show you how tedious it is. So straightforward to do this. Great. So let's move on to the next one, which is a for each loop in relation to a for each loop for an associative array. All right, so let's go ahead and look at an associative array. I'm gonna just delete these for now. What I want to do is I have an example of fruits and their colors. And if I didn't say it explicitly before, whoops, I have an extra equal from what I copied. Okay, the associative array can be on multiple lines, just to be very clear about that, because until PHP sees that semicolon, especially when you're setting up any type of array or something, it treats each thing, it treats it as one line. So this is way easier for us humans to read, and it's going to be, which is 90% of the battle when it comes to doing your code. All right, so now how do we use these? The way we use these is we do a for each. We do fruits, right? Because that's the name of the thing. As, I'm going to do it this a little different. I'm going to do it as fruit. And then I'm going to do that arrow from the associative array. And I'm going to do as color. So what I'm saying is, okay, for each item in fruits, pull it as a fruit and then its color. And what it's going to do essentially is it's going to say like fruits, quote, apple. You know, it's the same as saying like fruits brackets single apostrophe apple single apostrophe end bracket. You know, that would equal the color. So this makes that a little bit easier for us. And now we type echo the fruit is color /n semicolon, because as we discussed briefly in class but not necessarily in the video, is that you can just make up a string with a variable in it. As long as that's a double quote, you can put this in and it will render out to be the correct value. So what do you think is going to happen? It's going to echo the fruit is color. So it should echo the apple is red, the banana is yellow, and go through. Let's run it and see what happens. Clear it. Run it. Whoops. Run it. The apple is red, the banana is yellow, the cherry is dark red, the grape is purple, etc. This is fantastic for when we're dealing with a lot of different data values. Okay, so this particular example and the for each loop doesn't really work very well with those arguments I just showed you, which is fine. But what it does work really well with is data structures. And as I said throughout the semester, as we get going, that's kind of the name of the game when it comes to what we're doing with PHP on the web server, is we're creating like data constructs for people to use. All right, so that's a for each loop. We're going to move on to the next video, which is going to be a for loop. And I just want to, I'll give you a big caveat on using a for loop as we go.